Libra. Spirit, what are we getting for Libra? I'm feeling February, and I'm feeling almost like a sort of a needling effect going on. This may be affecting your money and your work, your finances, but it could also be where you have like shared resources. So we could also be kind of connecting a romantic partnership up with this, or a connection to like your parents or anyone in a position of authority. It could be almost like you're being pestered, you're being needled about how exactly you're going to get access to those resources, if they're changing, or what you should be spending them on. I feel that this sort of quiets down, and I also feel like it's a little bit of time for confrontation. So if you want answers to things, you want to figure out who and what you're actually dealing with, you're going to want to get it all out on the table at that time. I see you being more independently minded, and that's going March, April, May. It's sort of like nose to the grind, focusing on yourself, focusing on what you need to get done, and feeling almost a sense of either a lack of abundance, or as though you want more. I want more. I want more. And I think that part of the lesson here for you guys, especially like heading into June, is going to be gratitude for what you do have, an attitude of gratitude. And I feel that out of all the zodiac signs, you guys maybe hit the hardest with adjustment on this, where you expected a certain amount of payout for the hard work that you put in, and the universe just isn't paying you out this year. And I'm talking about 2020 and parts of 2021 challenging you, but you are still in a really good position, and you need to be more grateful for what you do have. So I think that if you are willing to learn those lessons, we're not only going to see an increase with health, finances, long-term stability with your finances. So that could be contracts and leadership or business expansion, but I also see relationships getting better because of it. So it feels like it's hitting you on a very personal and spiritual note, and especially in the months of like September, and then again in November, I see more going on with love. So this could be family. This could even be like the birth of a child, or marriage, love, partnerships getting on a deeper level too. And I see some karma being wiped out by the end of the year. So it's sort of like, let's say you had family dynamics, or a chapter that needed to wrap up in your life about a really hard lesson that may have started when you were younger. I see that coming to a conclusion.
Yeah, that's definitely true, because there was a lot of parental and foundational stuff going on for Libra this past year. So it's definitely kind of wrapping up and moving.
Yes.
Very interesting.
Yeah,
and I do feel like they're going to be more independent, be able to use their voice in a different way. So Libra, Saturn squaring Uranus, where are you asking to be a boss? Well, Saturn is saying you have fifth house lessons. So this is going to be lessons around children, or lessons around romance, or, this could also be lessons with creative projects. But Uranus is in the eighth, and that is shared resources, or that is shared, intimacy, traumas. There's shakeups here, so romance and intimacy, shakeups. There might even be psychic messages that you get, suddenly, you might get, so, pay attention to that. The eclipse axis for you guys is in the 3rd and 9th. So that is communication, skills that you learn, siblings, cousins, neighbors, travel. This also has to do with faith and religion. This is like philosophy. It's not necessarily like, it can be religion, but it can also just be like your faith or your philosophies. Perhaps that's going to shift this year. And, your worldview based on your experiences. And I think maybe all of our worldviews have changed after 2020. And so there's going to be shakeups and shifts there for you. Love, there's a focus on love, definitely. But when Saturn goes into your fifth, a lot of times love is sort of denied a little bit, but it's more of a delay, not a denial. So, if you have to do really hard work and commit to a relationship, that's something you're working on and committing towards. Or if there's no relationship, it's not that there will never be a relationship. It's just you're kind of doing some work on what you want to set that relationship up, that opportunity up, so that you have it down the line. And money shakeups with money, definitely with Uranus in that eighth. That's like shared resources. So, don't count on, if you're counting on child support or something, they're just know that could kind of change. So just be aware of that, somehow compensate for that. And Mercury retrograde is in your 5th house, in your 9th house, and your 1st house. So you're definitely, this is a focus on love for sure, or maybe lack thereof. Like maybe you're rethinking of how your what you want, what your values are in romance, and how you communicate in romance. And the 9th, you're definitely rethinking your philosophies. And the 1st, self-identity. So how are you communicating your ideas to the world? How are people viewing you? This is, Libras also had a tough 2020. So now they're taking what they learned and they're kind of moving it into, practice now.